Liberty Walk, Yanamize, Hoonigan, KRC Japan, the Ring Brothers. The Crew Motorfest has had customizers on top of customizers on top of customizers. What if I told you there was 3 cars in this game that are customizers in the game that aren't technically in the game? I don't know how it works. There's one Liberty Walk car, which isn't technically a Liberty Walk car. An RWB that kind of snuck under the radar. Technically an uncustomized customizer? And the closest we can get to a Mansory kit in-game. Now, one of these is the most obvious because it's literally going on right now, this week, in the Crew Motorfest. And it's one of the ones that, as a bit of a nerd about this game, I find the most interesting. We've had Liberty Walk from the beginning of the Crew Motorfest. We got the BMW M4 and the Toyota Supra in the Crew Motorfest via Liberty Walk. These were 2 Liberty Walk cars, not 2 official Liberty Walk cars though. These were ones made either by or for the crew under the Liberty Walk name. But all things considered, they're pretty cool, I guess. I mean, I love this M4. If I was ever to be privileged enough to get an update in the game, and they please have the Alpine A110 by then, I would put this body kit on an A110, minus the canards. I don't like canards. And then the Supra, I don't know, I don't care about the Supra enough to know. See, back when the trailers for the game were dropping and all the information was coming out about the game, we got the announcement of the pre-order bundle with the Liberty Walk Supra. So Liberty Walk got confirmed for the Crew Motorfest. Holy hell, that picture is, holy, wow. That is a lovely picture. What? Why can't my game look that good? And at that exact same time, the crew announced Season 9, Episode 1, American Legends, which, interestingly, came with the Haru edition. And immediately I noticed it looked a lot like a Liberty Walk car. What's going on, boys? My name is Sid, and today I'm going into this car right here. Something weird about this car, right? Because, look, if this car came out a month ago, it would have been funny on its own, right? It would have been like, oh, look, a fake Liberty Walk car. A pretend Liberty Walk car. But now that this thing's come out when it has, when we know that Liberty Walk will be in the Crew Motorfest in the form of the Supra, in the form of the BMW M4, and it's gonna have its own entire playlist in the game, it's really confusing that we got this thing now. And this is the first car on our list. And the thing about this car is it was exclusive to the Motor Pass. So you weren't able to buy this car in the Crew 2 or the Crew Motorfest until they came back in both games. But it came back in the Crew 2 ages ago. Ages ago. The Crew Motorfest took a little longer. In fact, it took even longer than people said because it was just stuck at 0 days left for like ages. Until this week, which is the 5th of October, you can now, in the shop, go ahead and buy the GTR Haru, and it's under Nissan, obviously, because it technically isn't Liberty Walk. Let's customize it. Let's see what we can do to this thing. I mean, I'm probably going to go to what I had originally. I had a very nice blue, as that seems to be what, actually, no, to be fair, I don't even think the blue ended up applying. So let me go white, because that's what we're actually going to use. The livery that it comes with also reeks of fake Liberty Walk with the, it's like a fake inverted rising sun, but it's Fire air filters. And the fictional company Fire should be banned from making cars. But I guess they got one good body kit out here. Now the livery I went with, obviously as you can see, there's the exact Liberty Walk one. Oh, that is so sick. What? People have made some insane liveries for this. This is the one I normally go with, but I mean, I am not hovering over that one. It's not happening. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not hovering over that one. These top few are just something else. That is so sick, and that's just perfectly Liberty Walk. In fact, that, I believe, is essentially the livery for the exact edition that this car seems to be based on. This Nissan GTR Liberty Walk. So I guess for this video, let's go with it. There is actually Liberty Walk wheels, aren't there? Liberty tire, but it's the Crew Motorfest. I had the dense smoke on this before. Nitrous, I mean, just the cool looking one. Underglow, I guess the blue one doesn't make any sense anymore. And we are not going with the Liberty Walk Underglow, obviously. For the video. So why am I counting this as a Liberty Walk car? Well, because the crew does. And I already mentioned in a different video, I don't know if, are they allowed to? Because this car isn't an official Liberty Walk, but the crew have just decided it is. As when you're restricted to Liberty Walk this week, it's included in these cars. Why not just rename it the Liberty Walk Edition at that point? I genuinely prefer that. Because at the moment, we've got the official Liberty Walk brand, which is, I guess, for the ones that are real-life Liberty Walk cars. So I assume the Honda NSX that we're getting, that will be in this brand. And then we got the body kits that, I guess, just the crew and Liberty Walk have done. These are here in their own brands, like Nissan, Toyota, and BMW. And realistically, it's a tad quirky that this car, despite not being a Liberty Walk and very much seeming like it's a Liberty Walk car, eventually them just being like, yeah, you know what, sure, we guess it is Liberty Walk. Except it's a knockoff Liberty Walk car. Like, did Liberty Walk have to sign off on this way back when? Or did they have to go to Liberty Walk now and be like, hey guys, so we have this other car that happens to look like a Liberty Walk. Would you guys mind if we included it in the Liberty Walk cars? Also, it's nice that this car is now finally buyable, as it's the last ever Motor Pass car that was left to be buyable. Every single Motor Pass car that's ever come out in the Crew 2 is now buyable in the Crew Motorfest. They are really against FOMO this time around. But speaking of the fear of missing out, what if every single player in the crew was missing out on a car that only one player could access? What if there was a car in relation to a customizer that the millions, say, I don't know, how many people have even played I mean, I don't know. They didn't release a player number, did they? They didn't. Most popular playlist, first event, leaderboards. Oh, whoa, 3.7 million. Oh, damn. Now, this is as a hidden car can get, because it's hidden from everyone. And the customizer in question here is Hoonigan. What if there was a car that's so hidden that 3.7 million couldn't actually play with it other than one single player in the entire game that just so happens to be the creative director? And there's a reason I'm in this car talking about it. This is the Hoonicorn. The Hoonicorn is a very specific generation of Mustang. It's the 1965 Mustang. This Mustang, the Mustang that, well, we don't actually have in the Crew Motorfest. We have other Mustangs, but for the most part, they're all the 69 Mustang. Well, when I interviewed the creative director of the Crew Motorfest, shout out to Fergus, this is what he had to say. Cars as, how you guys got into cars as a whole, the beginning of that. Maybe even the cars you have, the car history, and your dream cars.
My dream car is really a Ford Mustang, but an old one, 64 or 65, with all the beautiful rally hood and stuff like that. It's a car, really a dream car, and one day we'll have one for sure. And yeah, do it. It's part of the lineup, the future one. Yeah.
Oh well.
This one.
Well, hope to see it, you know. And
yeah, I know that. They did it for me, just to me to be able to play it in my sofa at home. It's a very iconic one. It's a very iconic one, you know, but not the speedy one. The really and I love this car.
That man has his own private version of the Crew Motorfest available to only him with his, I suppose, with his dream car in it. And the thing is, how can't they put that version of the Mustang in game? For two reasons, right? One, they have the Hoonigan version. Two, they, well, have a version with the car in the game. Well, essentially, it's because licenses. They can't legally make a single penny off of a product with that vehicle included because they haven't paid for the license of that specific car. How do they have the Hoonigan one then? It's actually a trend with Hoonigan. Hoonigan have a bunch of cars that we don't have the base model variants for, like the Quattro, like the 632. Next is the hidden customizer car that actually has us staying on Hoonigan. RWB is in this game. Now, if you don't know RWB, they are a very famous... My lights are running out of charge. Oh no, oh no. RWB is a customizer famous for customizing Porsches. They've been doing it for ages. In fact, I saw an RWB be put on in person. It was a little strange, actually. You sort of like watch him like it's a zoo. People just watched him eating his lunch. But I did get to see an RWB kit be put on. That was cool. RWB's absence in this game, by name, has actually been rather interesting. Because, well, they seem like an obvious choice, is point number one. They've had such a Porsche bias in this game that it's surprising that they haven't got an RWB yet. But also, they got KRC Japan. Who owns KFC Japan? You kidding? As far as I'm aware, KRC Japan are a subsidiary of RWB. But not only that, I'm most surprised that they haven't added RWB because they've added RWB. They just didn't make a fuss about it because they technically didn't. It's so weird. And it kind of makes sense with the Hoonigan thing. They got the license to the Hoonigan cars. They didn't get the license to the originals. Those cars are different enough and iconic enough that they're able to license those cars just as Hoonigan rather than as the original. So, the Porsche Scotto RWB is an RWB. But they never mentioned it. They've not mentioned a collaboration with RWB because it's not. But it still is labeled RWB. Because, I mean, that's what it's called. But we've not got a full playlist with RWB. We've got no other RWB cars. And that's because the reason we got this one was thanks to Scotto. Because his cars, he owns an RWB. So this, if you ever wanted an RWB in-game, you do have one. But as much as it's cool, and it's got its original number plates and stuff, you can't livery it, can't change the color. Only thing you can change visual parts-wise, oh, you can put disgusting rims on it. But you do get the option of the 2 rim choices that Scotto gives you. And, like, the no livery is a killer. I mean, vanity-wise, you can't really go too crazy. I'm still surprised they allowed vanities, but yeah, you can't really go crazy on vanities, and that sucks. Thus, I, as you can see, have left this thing bone stock. In fact, I don't even think I like those rims. I like the originals more. I mean, well, hoon it up, it's a Hoonigan car. But this is the one where I have the least to say, because it's can't dry. It's an RWB kit. It is an RWB kit that's in-game. It's a kit that RWB made, the main guy made, officially in the real world that's in this game, yet they can't really say or do anything with it because it's not licensed through RWB, it's licensed through Hoonigan. If they do ever get RWB, we'll end up with a Liberty Walk situation where some of them are under their own brands and then some of them are the 720S Spider Blast Edition. And some of them are under Liberty Walk themselves, or RWB themselves. RWB yourself. And finally, honestly, this one is regrettable. I despise these guys. There is a customizer who I think makes some of the ugliest cars I've ever seen, but people keep making them, and everyone keeps going, this is ugly, and then they keep making them. It's Mansory. More like, man, I'm sorry I made this car, because that's what it should be. Look at what they did. Look at how they massacred my boy. It's horrid. Every single one of them is just rancid. They do this weird style with, look, I guess it is a style, right? I guess it's a style where they go over the top with canards and bumpers, and everything's got to have 50 different things on it, and it's got to look so over the top. And not, did you see that Ferrari? To be fair, it's already a bad car to start with, so I mean, oh no! No, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Mansory isn't in-game. Mansory is not in the Crew Motorfest to any capacity. There is not a single way Mansory have weaseled their way into this game officially. That doesn't mean you can't make a Mansory. First of all, we need a car that is a perfect culprit of a Mansory kit. We need the type, we need to get into the head of someone who would make a Mansory. And, well, it's the type of person who drives a luxury SUV. So, the RSQ8 is our culprit for a Mansory kit, and it's perfect. Now, granted, it's a bit lower profile, because a lot of these are even more that same stereotype. The Rolls Royces, the Ferrari SUVs, the G-Wagons, the Range Rovers, the Bentleys, and anything in between, basically. Because look at some of these. Just really look at some of these cars. Tell me I'm wrong. Really look at them and tell me I'm wrong. See, something Audi started doing for some reason is they went to the Crew and went, you know what, Ivory Tower? Do whatever the hell you want, we decided. What the hell is this? What the hell is any of this? What? I mean, what? Audi one day woke up and went, Ivory Tower, we don't care anymore. You want to make the absolute most monstrosity of a car we've ever seen? Turn the Audi R8 into an Elva? Sure, go ahead. You want to let Yanamize one-hit wonder his way all over our Audi RS6? Go ahead. So naturally, that's what we're going to abuse. Now, the issue is I've bought these parts, so I don't know the original number of them. But this is the first one. This... I would assume they're just the highest possible one you can put on. So for this one, I guess we could either go with this, or we could go with the blacked out headlights with them, which Mansory don't really do by the look of it. So we go with the most highest one without the blacked out lights. I mean, on the hood, yeah, I think we've got the best one there, most over the top, and we wide body it. Not carbon fiber, although, we're gonna carbon fiber it. That's an executive decision. We're going blacked out. What do they even do for their rims? Oh, they're just as ugly. Oh, no. Oh, no. Thankfully, I'm going another executive decision because all of the rims in this game are forced chrome. And I don't want chrome. So for the first time ever, Ivory Tower, thank you for not putting chrome rims in game. Then we're going to go with, I guess, that, obviously. Yep, the more the merrier. I mean, I guess Mansory, yeah, we'll keep that on. We will go with the most over-the-top more over-the-top splitter. Again, with a carbon fiber rear. And then, oh dear lord, Mansory do spoilers. They do spoilers. And then on the back, there it is, there it is. But thankfully, someone drives it over the edge. Someone does it perfectly. First, we need to go with a Mansory color. I'm gonna go with, like, the dark purple. There we go. Someone already saw the vision. They knew exactly what to do. I wish you could name liveries, because they have to have been thinking Mansory. Now, you actually have to put a custom color, because the base colors make it carbon fiber, which is disgusting. So you gotta go with a custom color, and I might go with a darker purple. Oh, that's too dark. Ooh, what screams Mansory? Ugly? Yes, but specifically. You know what? Their cars are pretty bright. Their cars are really bright. I don't know why I'm going with dark. I think I'm coping as well. Oh, also I put anodized window tint on it, which it gives it that cool effect. This is your Mansory Audi RSQ8. So this is it. That is another customizer. If you know any other kits you can make yourself as well, let me know in the comments. The types of customizers that sneak in, I tried to look for a Rocket Bunny look-alike, but I couldn't really find one. The Mansory one was just way too obvious, and I've had this car like this for a while, actually, so it works. It definitely works. And frankly, you know what? You know, as bad as I think Mansory is, it would be kind of cool to get him in the game. It would be. I know I've just spent the last however long this is on them, but like, you know, it would be kind of cool because they're so wretched. But I wouldn't mind driving official ones in the game. Is that hypocrisy or whatnot? Those are your hidden customizers in the game. The customizers and, well, I guess lack of a customizer for that one Hoonigan Mustang that they have not made obvious at all. Which one of these did you know about? Which one of these did you not know about? Thank you to popular members, especially thanks to famous members, and an insane thank you to star members. We don't have any. Become star member. And an insane top of the top thank you to icon members. HK, I will see you boys in the next one. That's about it from me in a bit.